And we are done.
Okay.
Whew, that was quite exhausting. Vanderdeep B was an even more unpleasant fellow than I had expected. Annoying to think his smug face was watching us the whole time. Yeah, though his name is pretty well known around here. He was plainly suspicious even when we first met him, but I didn't suspect he'd prove this much of a troublemaker. Something wrong, Reen? I was just thinking, he must be incredibly skilled. He disguises himself so well that he was virtually unrecognizable, not to mention all those other things he did. If this were martial arts we were talking about, he'd definitely be at the master level. I can't disagree. True. But why would someone like that try to mess with us? He specifically asked for Group A after all. Though I can't imagine why. Hold on. Is it my father again? This is Class 7 Group A, Reen Schwarzer speaking.
Hello, hello. Sounds like you've been keeping yourselves busy.
Oh, that was Instructor Sarah. Oops. I know it's you, Instructor Sarah.
Oh, got it in one. How'd you guess? Don't tell me. Is it your smoldering love for your tragically beautiful teacher?
I have many feelings about you, but love would be stretching it. Anyway, you don't usually call us while we're out on a field study. Is something wrong?
Actually, there's somewhere I'd like Group A to go. When you've finished up with what you have to do for your field study, I'd like you to head over to the Sink District.
Okay, let's see. That's where Heimdall Cathedral and the embassies are, right? I think Elise's academy is somewhere around there too.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the place. I want you all assembled outside of St. Astraeus Girls' School at 5 o'clock. Group B will be there too.
What?
Don't worry. I've already informed the governor about this, so go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Anyway, have fun. Toodles.
Hey, hold on What's wrong now? It sounded as though the instructor is being her usual irresponsible self again. Pretty much. I don't know what she's thinking. Reen explained to the rest of the team that they were to assemble at St. Astraeus Girls' School by 5 o'clock. Oh, I know where that is. That girls' academy for nobles. Isn't that the one your sister attends?
I have a few acquaintances who attend there myself. But I can't imagine why she'd have us all meet there.
Girls' academy, huh? I'm kinda curious. I'm sure she has her reasons. Weird ones, probably. It's almost evening, so we should finish up here and start heading over. The best way to get to the Sunk District is by tram, right? Yeah, doesn't matter where we catch the tram from. It'll pass through there. I almost dread to think what we'll have to do when we get there, though. The Sunk District has been added to the list of locations selectable from any of the capital's tram stops. I'm suspicious. Sure. Why so surprised? Is it really weird to get off
We're
at
wearing
here?
the same uniform as Reen's sister.
Yeah, they must go to St. Estrella too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Elliot, confirm.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I'm feeling kind of nervous, actually.
Why?
Why would you?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
Stay in the flying V formation, guys. Oh, they got a
I was
unicorn.
wondering, did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but they offered no classes in the martial arts. That alone was reason enough to look elsewhere.
She was like, nope.
I can totally understand that.
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a real uproar if she went to a school for genteel young ladies.
Yeah, I can picture the chaos now.
Oh? I have a number of acquaintances who attend there, and from all I hear, it does seem to be a wonderful school. I've heard that even Princess Alphen herself is a student there.
I've heard that too.
Princess who?
You've seriously never heard of her? I know you're not from Erebonia, but even still.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of Erebonians didn't know who she is.
Princess Alphen is the daughter of our reigning emperor, His Majesty Emperor Eugen. She's supposed to be as sweet as an angel and popular with everyone.
Is that so?
Actually, I believe she's the same age as Fee. I've had the opportunity to meet her once before. She truly is as charming as the rumors suggest.
I figured as much. I've seen photographs of her plenty of times in magazines, though I've never had the opportunity to meet her.
Sounds like she's in the same school year as Elise, come to think of it. She has a twin brother, too, Prince Cedric. He's the crown prince of Erebonia.
The Crown
Right.
Prince.
I think I've seen a picture of the prince in a magazine before. Dark blonde hair, like Eustace's brother, right?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Prince Oliver. He's Cedric and Alphen's older brother.
Why isn't he the crown prince then?
I've heard the reason is that his mother was a commoner. It seems like a stupid reason to deny him the right of succession, but that's how nobles do things.
I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot lately.
For good reason.
He made a big splash when he came back from Liberl aboard that airship. You know the one, right?
Oh, come on. Were our accomplishments that, like, just not that important enough for you guys?
You must be referring to his return aboard the Arcel, after the crisis in Liberl was put to rest.
Yep. We did that.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It really made a big impact. I'd never seen an airship that looked so white and elegant before.
I believe my father went to welcome the prince back in his capacity as imperial governor, too. And yeah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be when I started hearing his name around a lot more.
Oh, you're all here already.
Hey, Elisa.
You made it.
It's good to see you all again.
Oh, you
Bunch of early birds, aren't you?
you wouldn't believe what we've been through.
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
Were you able to finish up everything on your end, too?
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Every time.
Oh yeah, none of them are really from here or really know the layout.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
Well, some say that when someone gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait, did you two?
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
Of course.
Yeah, no, that's a story in of itself.
I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now. Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms. Sounds good.
A sleepover.
A class 7 pajama party makes me a little embarrassed.
That's girls for you.
Girls and sleepovers go together like jam and toast, huh?
Don't start, Elliot. I'm hungry. The bell doth
Time the
toll.
cathedral's bell.
It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say? It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost district. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
Wow, we really were early. Oh,
Elise, what are you doing here? Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
Yes. I see all of your classmates are with you too.
yep.
It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Oh,
Well,
goody.
There are 9 of us in class 7. Wait, what?
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here? Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine. Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear, she could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Estrella Girls' School. I hope you'll enjoy your visit. Right this way.
Well, if not you, then who else asked us to be here? We're being stared at. Guys does stick out a little, just from his height alone. Ugh, I can feel their stares boring holes into my head. Pay them no mind. We certainly do seem to be the stars of the show today.
And Laura's as popular as ever.
I can't say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but...
Please, don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people out from outside the school. You think that boy in the front is a commoner? I'm not sure, but either way, he looks so handsome. How do you think they know Elise?
Actually, you're right. This is kind of uncomfortable. Are they all the same age as you, Elise?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Reading the ladies, man. Rosen Garten.
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden. This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside. Who did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
Your Highness, I brought the guests.
Highness?
Thank you. Please show them in.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you follow me.
They're trying to make it such a surprise.
I knew it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the princess. Princess Alphen Race
Welcome, ladies and
Arner.
gentlemen of Class 7. My name is Alphen. Alphen Alphen Raise Arn.
Rice, okay.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Well, this is, unexpected. Did not expect we would meet, royalty today. So, what kind of trouble are we getting into here? Couldn't they have had a back way so that we didn't have to deal with so many stairs?
Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, alright? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura. I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you. I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in Saint Estrella too, but it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too. Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself. Your Highness. Got you to look. But Well, she seems lively.
She seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too.
Something wrong?
Please don't worry about me. Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elphin.
Yeah.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Rean Schwarzer. Elise has told me so much about you. Your Highness?
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Rean? Oh, so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask. Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
What? You already have two.
What?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer.
Oh,
I have
goody.
two brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I couldn't possibly. I mean...
That's enough, Your Highness.
Uh-oh. Scary
Aw,
face.
don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me. There is someone else who would like to meet
Oh,
you.
goody! More people! More surprises! What now?
Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean?
It's not who I think it is it?
Isn't that?
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh, it seems he's
Yep.
alive.
Yep, it's him. It's him. It's gotta be him. There's no one else.
Oh,
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
Matthew Mercer, it's you! Why are you donning that outfit? I thought you...
pleasure to see you again.
And you as well, young lady. Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable.
Everyone, Olivert Rice Arner.
Who's this guy?
Fee?
Not sure. Though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Guys, really?
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution. In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
Could he be?
I think that's quite enough. Any more of that, and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Yep, there we go. I was going to say, is he going to try and pull off the disguise?
Indeed.
Yep. Prince Olivert.
'Tis I, Olivert Raisay Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the Debaucherous Prince. I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board.
Okay. First we had Eustace's brother, then we had Elise's mom, then we had Machias's dad, and now the prince.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
Oh boy. That's a little bit to unpack there. We met with Prince Olivert. It's good to see you again, man. I mean, it hasn't been that long since Azure, but at the same time, it's been forever since Sky, man. Oh, now you don the red. Oh, everyone's gotten dressed up. Well, Elise and Alphen.
I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the Imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you.
Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the Imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
Yep.
You were in Liberl back then?
Yeah.
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's Military Academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7.
Finally. Like 4 chapters in.
Why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts, not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
Surprisingly, bright coming from him. I mean, he can be a bright fellow. Don't get me wrong. I'm not calling him an idiot or anything. It's just, I don't know. There are just some times, man.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day.
Oh, really?
So, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. That was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see.
Aww.
Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness.
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7. Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Yeah, such a group there.
Now that you mention it.
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me. And it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field study.
Really? Huh.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established.
Man, they must have been hard on that.
I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it. But I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day, you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country.
High expectations of us.
Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. Your students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth.
Man, it's so weird hearing him say this stuff. Like being motivational and shit.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light. Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke.
Oh,
Once
nice.
attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the Academy.
Oh, yeah.
While he has no direct control over the running of the Academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Are you referring to Instructor Sam?
Is this where the installs
She's
come
certainly
in?
one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Strongest drinkers, maybe.
Exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself. She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Oh, we finally gonna learn something?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
I knew it.
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's
She's a
most famous
bracer! Well, that kind of explains a few things.
She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
She's a bracer. Okay. Well then, that has been eventful. One sec. Alright, and we're leaving. Well, it's been wonderful. Thanks for seeing us out. I never would have guessed you were friends with Princess Alphen of all people.
I wish I knew how much of what she said was genuine.
Hey, Elise?
Thank you for taking the time to come here today. Take care on your way back to your lodgings. We will, thank you.
Thanks for showing us around.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Oh, she's mad at me again. Wait.
Don't worry.
I can kind of understand where she's coming from.
I doubt anyone could have guessed that Her Highness would extend such a bold invitation to you.
I'm not sure how that's my fault. Like, seriously, guys, come on.
Ah, yes, I almost forgot. Rean, I have a small favor I'd like to ask of you.
Of me?
Your Highness?
Oh, you're going to ask him?
But of course. You see, tomorrow I'll be attending a garden party sponsored by the local government for the start of the festival. Or rather, Machias's father invited me to attend.
Yes, I seem to recall hearing that myself. That's the one at the Crystal Garden in Mater Park, right?
Indeed. Anyway, let's not waltz around the matter. I was rather hoping you would join me as my dance partner, Rean.
Does that mean...
Do you think Her Highness knows the old saying, a dance today, a wedding tomorrow?
I'm sure that's fully in the realm of tabloid speculation. Still, there's no denying that many will interpret it that way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a minute. I don't think I can... I mean, it would be an honor, but it's like too great of an honor for someone like me.
Oh, not at all. Your father may be a baron, but the Schwarzers have long held deep ties with the Imperial family. I apologize if this comes across as rude, but inviting you would likely create less opposition than if I were to invite Eustace.
I see. Well, I can't deny that. You needn't apologize. I find your choice rather fascinating, actually. Eustace, you're not helping. Anyway, I really don't think I'm the man you want. Sometimes I can barely keep my from tripping over my own feet.
Is that so? Elise once told me that she asked you to help her practice the finer points of ballroom dancing. In fact, she says you're an excellent dancer, that you step lightly and very gracefully. Is that not true, Rean?
Well...
I understand. It was rude of me to trouble you with a petition like this on such short notice. And besides, I don't suppose you would have much interest in dancing with a little girl like me.
No, that's not what I mean, Your Highness. That's my sister, all right. She really knows how to twist the knife.
Your Highness, please. You too, Prince Olivert.
Looks like they're having fun. I had no idea the Imperial family was such a lively and cheerful bunch.
I get the feeling they aren't all like this. Ah, I see now. How could it not have crossed my mind? Perhaps the truth is that you already have your heart set on someone else? Or is there someone you're already courting?
Well, do you? I'm positively dying to know which maiden has conquered the battlefield of your heart. Wait, yikes, how am I going to get out of this one? I'm not sure how I can turn her down gently.
Very well, I shall relent this time.
Huh?
However, Next year I'll be 16, just like your sister. That's when I'll be making my debut into high society, so I'd be very happy if you gave my invitation some thought. Well, aren't you the lucky one? Her Highness really seems to have taken a liking to you.
You really ought to have accepted her invitation. It might have led to something truly unexpected in the future. Nah, I doubt it. It seemed like she just took an interest in me because I'm her friend's brother. She didn't seem all that serious about it, so I figured she was just trying to tease the two of us. Can't deny it seemed that way.
But I get the impression that wasn't all that was going on there.
You weren't the only one feeling nervous that whole time. Prince Oliver was an even more unusual person than I'd heard.
No doubt about that. He seemed entertaining to be around.
To think that he's the one who made Class 7 possible. As to what Fee said, entertaining is a interesting word for that. He seemed easygoing, but hearing him talk about our class made what we're doing feel even more important. And besides, he gave us plenty of other useful info.
Yeah, including the fact that the board of directors seems to have their own agenda for us.
I have no idea what they're planning, but their motives seem incredibly suspicious. Agreed. Hearing about the instructor's background kinda threw me for a loop too. I wouldn't have imagined that she used to be a bracer, maybe because you don't really see them around anymore to begin with. A rank is more or less the highest you can be too. I assume you already knew about her history, Fee. Yep, the guild is every Jaeger's Corps main competition after all. Probably even ran into her a few times during our operations. Really? Unbelievable.
I'd almost forgotten about those good old days.
Oh, no, that was Sarah. I thought that was Fee. Instructor?
How long have you been there? So, looks like you finally found out about my work history, huh? I guess that kind of tarnishes my ravishing adult charm a bit then.
I hate to break it to you, but you didn't have any to begin with.
Shh. Did you hear an old maid sighing? What was that? Good evening, everyone.
Captain Claire?
This is quite the unusual combination. Let me be the first to assure you that this wasn't my idea. But the governors asked me to tell you that tomorrow's field study is being put on hold. Instead, you get the exciting opportunity to help this lady and her goons with their evil schemes.
Huh?
What evil schemes? Sarah, could you maybe not try to put them off entirely before I even have the chance to explain? Actually, there's a matter I'd like all of you to help us with. I've discussed this with the governor, and he decided that this would be the best way to handle the issue.
Oh, hello.
Now, if you would be so kind as to get on board, I'll explain everything to you at the command post in Heimdall Central Station.
Feel like we're being arrested. Honestly. Like, honest to goodness, it feels like we're being arrested. It's 21:30. That's 9:30. Oh, we're out pretty late, huh? If we're doing anything tomorrow, shouldn't we get well rested before then? Our field study is being put on hold. Terrorists?
Indeed, I'm afraid we have no choice but to define them as such. Unfortunately, we have no clue as to their aim, nor do we know the names of the group's members, its size, or its history. At present, it doesn't even seem that the terrorist group has established a name for itself. That's a lot of unknowns.
Would I be correct in assuming the man we met in the North Highlands who was trying to start a war is a member? Oh yeah, him. So, he's one of them,
He said his name was Gideon or G or something like that.
So that's what the man you encountered in the Highlands was up to.
He does seem like the terrorist type.
And you think he and his group are going to try something tomorrow, on the first day of the summer festival?
We're currently operating under that assumption, yes. The summer festival lasts 3 days, but unlike festivals in other provinces, only the first day garners much attention. It's been a month since the incident in Nord. If they intend to make their next move soon, tomorrow is likely a time. I'd have to agree. Terrorists do love their time in the spotlight after all. And considering how easily Gideon gave you his name, I'm betting we'll start to see them acting more openly now. First, you gather arms and other like-minded allies in secret. Then you reveal yourself with a bang and keep going in quick succession. That's typical terrorist MO.
I see.
And you want us to assist with the countermeasures against them. Right. The RMP will be joining forces with Heimdall military police to bolster the capital's security. Unfortunately, as big as the capital is, I can't say with complete confidence that there will be no holes in our security. That's where you come in. You'll be assisting our security measures as a reserve force. Bah, it sure be nice if the guild was still active here. They would have come in mighty handy right about now. Yes, I don't disagree. Sarah, you do know that the RMP has had no involvement in the guild's withdrawal from the capital, right? Oh, really? I mean, your boss and that brother of yours could hardly make their opposition to the guild more obvious if they tried. Well,
wow, these two really seem to have a messy history between them. Sure looks that way, especially where the guild is concerned.
Although, it sounds like your brother has been keeping busy in Crossbell recently.
Oh, really? He's crossbelling?
So, what's it gonna be? Whether you choose this as your field study task for tomorrow is totally up to you. If you decline, there are plenty of tasks the governor can needs taken care of, like you've been doing the last 2 days. The summer festival is a busy time, after all. Lots of details that need to be squared away.
I think I speak for Group A when I say we'd be glad to join with the anti-terrorist countermeasures.
Group B feels the same way. Alright then. Thank you for your assistance, everyone. Now, let's move right along to confirming the patrol routes you'll be following.
Uh, 11 p.m. Can we go to sleep? Well, Sarah, do you feel at home?
Wow, this place sure brings back memories. Up until around a year and a half ago, I'd swing by here at least once a week.
Really? I wouldn't be surprised if I'd seen you around before then.
Well, I did end up getting to know your sister. Fiona, right? Works as a piano teacher?
Seriously? Wait, she did say she knew someone who worked at the guild. I guess she was talking about the instructor.
Still, instructor. What is it that caused the guild to withdraw from the capital?
I've been wondering that for a while myself. The guild used to be pretty active here in Erebonia, right?
Well, yeah. The direct cause was guild branches all over the country being blown up, but I'm sure you already knew that. The culprits were a Jaeger Corps hired by a nasty bunch the guild was at odds with at the time. Well, still is, but anyway, I know who she's referring to. Thanks to a dependable ally, we were able to defeat the Jaegers, but by then, the Imperial government had its eyes on us. I know who she's referring to as well. They started making life difficult for us, took away most of the guild's authority in the country, leaving our hands tied. Eventually, the branches here started closing, one by one, with no real prospect of ever reopening.
So that's how it was. Instructor.
Don't worry, your dad might be the city's governor, but he wasn't really involved. A certain friend of his, however, was very involved.
You're talking about Chancellor Gileath Osborne, representative of the Imperial government, I assume.
Yep, him and his cronies in the Imperial Intelligence Division. It's kind of like a sister organization to the Railway Military Police. Anyway, after that, I was out of a job. That's when Principal Van Dyke came and offered me a position at the academy. I started as a combat instructor last spring, and after that, I wound up being chosen as your class's homeroom teacher. I still help out the guild from time to time, though. That's how I ended up bringing in our Jaeger princess here.
Oh, knock it off. So that's what happened.
You mentioned that a Jaeger Corps was responsible for the attacks. What was its name? Oh, it wasn't the same group V used to run with. They were called Jaegers, not a particularly high-ranking outfit. I see. Worried about me? Well, I did suspect it was likely a different corps.
From the sound of it, the Jaeger Corps Fee belongs to was a pretty large one, though.
Oh, definitely. She was with Zephyr. Their leader was the insidious guy known as the Jaeger King. You know, combat specialty. You name a combat specialty, Zephyr had it covered. They were the only corps on par with the Red Constellation, which has its roots in the Berserkers of the Middle Ages. They caused me plenty of trouble back when I was still a full-time bracer.
Look who's talking. You caused us plenty of trouble yourself. It's hard to believe this all happened to people we actually know. Yeah, it sounds more like a story out of a novel.
Anyway, the terrorists you've been hearing about lately aren't part of any Jaeger Corps.
I figured that was the case.
Generally, Jaegers are interested in just two things, money and fighting. That Gideon guy you encountered in Nord Highlands doesn't seem to fit that description, though. If I had to guess, I'd say he's acting on some kind of deep-seated grudge.
A grudge, huh? Well, it's hard to say anything for sure. I've never met him myself.
From what I understand, he did seem particularly tenacious.
He was definitely that. Which means we're really going to have to step it up for our patrols tomorrow.
Your involvement is just a precautionary step, but if you're going to help, give it your best, I say. Seems like your teamwork is smoother than ever, too, so all the better. Anyway, it's late, so get your report written and get some sleep. I'm going to crash in one of the empty rooms upstairs.
The instructor never changes, does she?
You sure? She seemed more talkative than usual. Feels like she was pushing herself. Now that you mention it...
She did seem far more forthcoming with information than usual. Maybe she's feeling a bit weird being back in her old workplace? You might be right. Still, I guess we're not really in any position to be worrying about her. We'll just have to do our best to coordinate with Group B tomorrow to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Agreed.
Alright, the sooner we get that report written, the sooner we can get some sleep.
Drinks are on me someday.
Oh, goody. Let me guess. The terrorists. Well, looks like I'm right. Gideon?
The time is finally at hand. At last, the Hammer of Judgment shall rouse this indolent capital from its slumber. Yeah!
Yeah, this just kind of screams terrorist activity. Or at least cult.
All of the necessary preparations are complete.
But it feels like you have so few men accompanying you.
Wouldn't it be wise to call in a few others for backup?
There's nothing to fear.
Yeah, but it's Gideon.
As long as I have this flute, not even the railway military police stand a chance of stopping us. Tomorrow, the people of this land will at last know our name. My dear comrades, I shall be counting on you all. Yeah!
Yikes. Well, looks like we're gonna have a busy day. Bum, bum. Ugh. Day of the Summer Festival. Oh look, confetti. It's about as annoying as glitter from what people tell me.
Alright, I'm going to go check on Group B before heading over to the Railway Military Police's command post. Just give me a call on your Arcus if you find anything during your patrols. Okay.
Will do, Instructor.
Leave it to us. Still, I was expecting Captain Claire to be our point of contact.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to agree to cooperate with the Railway Military Police.
I'm not exactly delighted about working with them, but things are looking pretty serious. I'm helping them this once and acting as your point of contact, but I won't let them forget for a minute that they owe me. Anyway, I'll see you later. Tell Fiona thanks for the breakfast.
Sure thing. Alright, we should get moving too. We've got our designated areas, so we'll be patrolling them one by one, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. Instructor Sarah said she'd contact us around noon too.
Let us be off then. Yeah.
I'm guessing the city's gonna be packed with people, since it's the first day of the summer festival. That's all the more reason we need to stay especially vigilant. I was gonna say, please, no more. Alright, but that's gonna end it for this session of the Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. Oh man, what events, huh? Next time we'll be going out and doing our duty to help the Railway Military Police keep the city safe from terrorists. I will see you guys then.